I don't want to look at you anymore.
What's up, guys? We're back with another episode of Cardigains. Oh, episode. This is which one's this? 5. This is exciting. I'm glad
Exciting
we stuck
times.
with it. Pardon?
Exciting times.
It is exciting. And this was a tough one to film because my schedule is horrendous this last weekend, and today was just chaotic. It's a weirdly chaotic day, but we're rolling with it. Oh, what's that? The juice? The apple juice? Pear juice. Nice.
So tasty.
Pear juice is very tasty. So, what do you want for Christmas?
I don't know. I bought my first few items today. I got one thing. But that's more than nothing.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Word. Now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna get you. Because
I have to get you something that isn't just like, oh, I'm gonna buy you dinner when we hang out.
yeah.
Dude, I know it's gonna be something more than that.
Speaking of, I wanted to plan out the day when I come down next week. Not next week, the week after.
No, it's next week.
It's next week.
Mo said that. He's like, hey man, we see Spider-Man. Not next week. It was like 10 days. He's like, are you super hyped? I was like, honestly, I haven't even thought about it. It's in my mind, it's still so far away in the future. Like,
that's kind of. I'm not gonna lie. I continuously forget that we're going to see Spider-Man because I'm just excited to come visit.
well, it's also so late in the day too.
It is. We're going at like 10:30, right?
10.
10.
The movie is exactly 2.5 hours. So we had a midnight.
That's okay. Are you driving or am I driving? Because I can drive. It's like a car now.
You do. I'm gonna have to sleep. Take a little nap, I think, because I worked 5 a.m. to noon that day.
Okay.
Well, 5 to 10:30. But I'm making it very clear to my boss that I'm not staying to do admin work. And I'll just get all of it done on Thursday. Or on Wednesday, I mean.
Word.
Yeah, I'm tired. I was so excited to film whatever day it was the other day, and now I'm just like,
so sorry. Yeah. So what happened was on Sunday, we were doing like decorating my Christmas tree. My parents and my siblings. So Chloe brought Andrew over, and Rachel came over, and so it was a whole little thing, and we all had dinner. Yeah, it was a hoot. So yeah, that was a whole afternoon thing.
I dig it.
Yeah, and then yesterday, what happened yesterday?
You had the train.
I did.
So it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Nah.
So I have a few questions. I have a few talking points.
Excellent.
Let's start with check-ins. What's going on?
Oh, well, I'm down like 1.5 pounds.
Oh, that's not what we want in a ball.
Not what my goal is. Down to 181.8, which is like 1.2 pounds. Because last week I was a pound. I was 183, like on the nose.
We go.
And I think I know why I had such a low weigh-in is because I had some tummy issues and some. Yep.
Can't have that.
Yep. just yeah. But we're gonna start upping the food and just get into some serious eating.
How are we feeling with food intake? What do we eat?
Not enough.
Clearly.
Yeah. Like I've been steadily, like it's been very lazy in general, and I've been making progress, but no, it's time to put the hammer down. And just like I want to do like 3 slices of French toast in the morning.
Oh,
or 4,
flopping.
and then Gainswich, and then like rice and chicken meals.
I dig it.
Mhm.
Gotta get peanut butter.
Yeah, some Oreos. That's what I used to do.
I mean, that's that's your normal diet though.
Yeah.
What you're explaining.
Yeah. But like I also have like I don't lately I haven't had a huge appetite, but like I can condition myself to oh my goodness to increase my appetite. And that's something that a lot of people don't realize that like it gets hard to you get used to eating the amount that you're eating.
You do. You really
Yeah.
do.
Like this
there was one guy I was talking about very briefly who goes through Omega, and he just posted on the story yesterday, and he was like, and I had this conversation with someone last week as well, where he's like, I've hit that part in the bulk where my appetite's just like, nah. It's like I could be eating steak, I could be eating fried chicken, but just I just can't. I just don't want to eat.
No, I get that. I get that as well, because like it gets to a point where you just like eating feels like a chore.
I explained to someone that unless it's very first thing in the morning or right after training, I am hungry maybe like once every 3 days. It's very not a lot.
Because you constantly feed your body, and you're just like you
yeah.
Like if you do have cravings, it's because like you're lacking something. Oh gosh.
Like now I'm hungry, but that's because I haven't eaten in 2-ish hours, and I was gonna kind of go ham after the podcast.
Sounds like a plan. I just had pho with Rachel, which is a type of soup. It's delicious. We love it. I was like, yeah, it was delicious. It was very good. I get the beef. It's basically just plop the raw beef into the soup, and the soup's boiling, so it's like it cooks it.
Right.
It's very good. And the noodles are my favorite.
I would like to share.
Hit me.
Today is December 7th.
Yep.
I have been tracking my weight since November 11th. That is almost a month. And according to my scale, from when I poop in the morning and I'm naked, I am up 5 pounds.
Holy shish kebabs.
And 0.6% body fat.
That's really good, dude.
My BMI is going up. I also didn't realize that on here, because I typically just look at the top part. So you have like, you obviously can't see, but it's like how much I weigh, body fat, all that. And then down here it's little stats. So it has like weight, body fat percentage, BMI, subcutaneous, visceral. But then if you go down, it's like you're this much muscle mass, this much protein. This is your BMR, which I didn't even realize it had my basal metabolic rate on there, which was pretty cool. But my weight hasn't really changed for about 2 weeks. If anything, it's maybe a pound will go around. So I might also have to increase my food a little bit.
What are you eating now?
About 4,000-ish.
You're not going up. What's your training like?
Push pull leg, 3 days on, 1 day off.
plus the OTF workouts.
That is on Friday mornings.
Okay.
But those are the days when I would typically go and be like, I'll have like 5 guys later. Fridays are fun because it's wake up, do HIIT training, eat 2 meals. I'll unintentionally pass out for an hour on the couch, wake up, eat another meal, go train, typically heavy legs, and then go eat 5 guys.
Nice.
And it's a great day, actually. It's so fun. But looking at my foods, I realized that my lowest calorie meal is chicken and rice, which is about 650. Then it's my oatmeal, which is about 750, and then it's pancakes, which is like 900. So on average, my meals are about 850 calories because I have a shake, which is 1100 calories. I'll have my pasta, which is 1100 calories.
5 guys is 900 calories.
Yeah, it's more. Yeah.
Oh, I want to apologize for yawning so much. I just went to the spa with Rachel, and bro, I'm so mellow. I feel like
We love that. Nah, it sounds amazing.
it was very nice, and now I'm just tired. I have to go hit legs after this.
Why'd you go to the spa? You just hang out.
So Rachel had a coupon.
A coupon.
Yeah. Well, like she had a gift certificate for like 2 people. And so we got to go over to the spa for free. And it was like
I was like, on people.
No, Rachel wanted to go on a date. I was like, yeah. Fun date.
I was like, I'd love to go on a date with you. Nice.
Yeah.
You love to see it.
Yeah. It's a blast. No, it's cool. But I had a thought about your training.
Yo.
So you're doing like the power building style stuff. Yeah. What's like so you do like the heavy compound and then accessories.
Correct.
Yes. So and you've been doing this for a while, yeah?
Tomorrow is the start of block number 4.
Oh.
Technically number 5, because I had I phased in from lockdown into number 1. So when was the last lockdown lifted? August? Around there?
Lockdown.
I don't miss it either. So a couple months now.
Okay.
4 months, 5 months.
Word. And you were like doing powerlifter style stuff with like squat, bench, and deadlift previously, right?
But not programmed. It was kind of just go in and do my thing.
Okay.
Like I kind of knew what numbers I could lift, but it wasn't. No, it wasn't good.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed it. Max, please.
Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me. I ate real fast and I've just had my coffee. Whew. And you're trying to get big. What's the rep range that you have for most of your stuff?
Usually probably 8 to 10 or 10 to 12.
Okay, word. Even on like
correct?
Even on like your heavy compounds?
No. So squats are sets of 4 to 6.
Okay.
And when I say that, I'll go for 4, and my last set I'll go up to 6. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Or if I'm feeling, just like if I'm doing 5 sets, I don't want to immediately go for just whatever, which is probably me being a turd, and I can fix that. Squats 4 to 6. Deadlift is 3 to 5. Overhead press is 4 to 6, and bench is just sets of 8.
Okay, solid. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I know why your chest is so well developed.
It's true. But then, yeah, honestly, Heavier accessory movements are sets of 8 to 10. Most are about 10 to 12. And then I have a couple of those sets of like 15 to 20.
Okay, solid.
So that's like 2 sets of curls is 15. I have pullovers for sets of 20. 21s for lateral raises.
That's gnarly.
Good. It's fun time. But I'm gonna switch out some exercises because there are some I'm not enjoying too much, and there are some that I just want to throw in. Like for instance, I have leg extension.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of want to switch that out for split squats.
Ooh.
Right.
That'll be a fun time.
Either that or my higher rep leg press. It's on the same day. But I don't know. Actually, I don't know because now I only have leg press once because on the second leg day we have the hack squat.
Love the hack squat.
We'll figure it out. We'll see how it goes. No, I'm liking it. I'm really enjoying, and I'm watching myself improve. Got a squat PR on the weekends.
Nice.
Love that.
What did you hit it? You got. What did you hit?
I went from 270 to 275, and that was easy. And then I was like, okay, I can do 280 or 285, excuse me. I'm like, let's do it. I'm ready. I'm hyped. Went for it. Barefoot, by the way. Didn't use my lifters. Oh. Absolutely zero pain. So I think I'm going to squat barefoot for a while.
Pain where?
Like, there was just not like no pain. Like everything felt on point.
Right.
Like nothing was tweaking. Nothing felt weird. I just my stance and like my knee was fine. So no, like it was great. And on the way up, we had a slight pause, and my friend grabbed my titties, and shot me up, and I was like, man, I was real mad. I was really mad, but we kept it contained, and I was like, I had it. I was like, I'm gonna count that. He's like, no, like it counts. I'm like, don't agree with me. It doesn't count. So I called his friends over. I'm like, hey, you touched me. Does that count? And they're like, well, you were failing. Like, it's like they were like, you lost tension. You were going down. I'm like, I wasn't though. There was 3-on-1, and I'm like, I was right. And I was just mad. And then he was like, all right, let's do it again. And it's like, you know what? I'm like, let's do it. Don't touch me. Do not touch me this time. He's like, all right, cool. He's like, just let me know. I'm like, no, don't even come near the. If I die, that's on me. Like, I'm like, don't even spot me. Like, just don't do it. So,
Christ.
No, it was barefoot, belt, and ammonia. Like, no headphones, no lifters, nothing like that. And easy 285, which surpasses my goal for the year.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna squat 315 soon though.
Honestly, yeah. I think I can do 295.
Yeah. Speaking of 295, Rachel deadlifted 295 yesterday.
Oh,
for a PR.
So strong.
At Dorval Gym.
Showing up all the teenagers.
Oh my god. This was after a set of 10 with 225. Bro, I was watching this happen. I'm like,
that's friggin' yucky.
She's a machine. She's stealing your title. I mean, you're the machine, but she's a machine. Like, oh.
No, she's got it. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy who wants to get strong.
You're the man, baby.
You're the man. What are you gonna do? Zach says that to me now. Zach loves Big Mouth, and every time he'll go like, "What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?" Rick's the worst character. He's so gross.
Rick is the best. But no, training with Damien was a lot of fun. I would like to
he's
go,
really fun to train with.
He's incredibly fun. I would like to go through my weekend with Damien if this is allowed.
Hit me.
Cool. So
make me feel jealous and sad.
I'm just saying. So rolled up, hung out, did an Orange Theory class, went home, showered, ate, did my thing, hung out with my grandma.
Oh, nice.
She was destroying Boston cream donuts that I brought down. I left Kingston with a dozen donuts. By the time I left her house, we had half a dozen. They were brutalized. And roll up to Damien's. We chat for a bit. And his mom's like, yeah, they're loud. So they're Portuguese, right? And
Right.
my new normal volume is like this because people at work tell me I'm too loud and I have to be quiet. Everyone ever dated is like, you gotta just shut up, you're too loud. I park my car, the door opens. Oh, are you Josh? Oh, I'm me. It's so nice to meet you. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, we're in the house, they're screaming at each other, like all through. I was like, man, I love this place. This place is amazing. I walk in the door, and the first thing he's like, do you want to go train now? I'm like, cool. Traded the 180, went back to the car. And
That's awesome.
he's like, all right, cool. Let's like, do you want to do shoulders? I'm like, well, I did shoulders 2 days ago, so no thank you. It's like, all right, what do you want? You know, I want to like do some arms or something. I'm like, I haven't done arms in years, but absolutely, why not? So we hit arms, and we did 6 exercises going between bis and tris. This man made us go to failure with drop sets on every single exercise, or 5 sets each.
That's awesome.
And I'm like,
this is why I love training with Damien.
oh
Because
my
he
God.
just goes all out. Like every
does.
time.
I thought it was really funny because the first 4 exercises he planned out. And I'm like, oh my God, this is wild. Whenever we train, we don't have headphones.
Right.
Which is such a vibe. And we're just calling each other out back and forth. And then I was like, hey, I want to add in, I did a bicep superset, and then we did the tricep of doom to finish off.
Oh yeah.
And he started challenging me and like upping the weight. So I started upping it with him because I don't really go to failure too often now. So I'm like, okay, I'm training this muscle group 2 to 3 times a week. So by the time we got to the last exercise, he's like gassed. He can get like 3 reps in before I'm like, all right, no, I'm gonna force it. And I felt like a big man, I'll be honest. It felt really good. And then we hit legs the next day, and it was all deload for me, and I just felt like such a turd. I'm using like half the weight, not even sweating, just doing my thing. But no, we trained arms, and it was great because everyone was like staring at us, yelling the whole time. Because it was this little like city gym. It wasn't like an official kind of thing. We went to his place, had so much pizza. Oh, played video games. I passed out on the couch. He has a VR headset.
Oh,
It
nice.
was a lot of fun. I fell asleep for like 3 minutes while he was doing until he like yelled and he hit my leg, and I was like, whoa. Oh God. And then that's when I texted you, and I was like, I need to go to sleep. Like, I'm so tired. And no, I had the greatest, most restful sleep of my life. I slept for like 9 hours.
Snap. That's awesome.
I just passed out on this couch. Woke up with the pizza and some oatmeal, hit legs. It was amazing. His friends thanked me like 6 times for being there. They're like, I'm so happy to hear you pushing him. And I've never seen him like this before. Because he's like the biggest guy there, right? And he just, fucks all of his friends up. And then this guy comes in, shows him up. And then, because I was going to leave right after. And then we just played video games for like
oh, that's nice.
hours. I just hung out.
That's good. That's needed, man. I feel like you needed that.
I 100% needed it. It was so good. And I mentioned how we have an extra ticket to Spider-Man. And he was like, do you think I could convince Max to pick me up on the way? And I was like, honestly, man, like, message him.
I'll wait for him to message me. Because
we have a ticket. He listens to this. He mentioned things in the podcast like 3 times.
My man.
I know.
Hit me up.
I'm
Hit me
just
up. We'll
saying.
work something out. I might have to drop him off somewhere at some point because I gotta visit my grandma, and my uncle, I think. So
No, that was my weekend, and it was very exciting.
sweet.
But
That means the three of us can train together.
I'm just saying. But I also met his dad actually, which was awesome.
Yeah.
His dad used to compete and was a judge. I did not know that second.
Oh, that's
So
dope.
we had very good talks about
That's
training,
really
and it was good. But I revealed the secret to Damien of having good pumps. You have to eat food that starts with a P. We had a pizza pump. That was amazing. Pancake pump. That's good. Pasta pump. I have that before I work out. Penis pump is a funny joke. You were waiting for it. No, like it was good. It was the most fun weekend I've had in a while, and it was just eating food, playing video games, and hyping each other up.
That's awesome, man.
And I'm like, man, I wish that I still had this in my life. Dude, I'd be so strong if I had that. Holy shit.
I'll tell you what, one day I'll move back.
One day.
One day.
It means you gotta bring Rachel with you.
That's okay. I could bring Rachel.
Rachel,
Rachel!
please. So that was my exciting weekend that I want to share. This weekend, I'm chilling.
Like a
And then
villain.
next weekend is Spider-Man.
Next weekend, Spider-Man.
You show up on Thursday.
Yes.
I work the morning, and then I have Thursday night, most of Friday, and Saturday off. So we have a staff party Friday night, and that would be at like 7 p.m.
All right. So I have a question for you. So
Yo,
depending on what time you want to train Thursday, we can work that out. I know we're training together. I think we might be training different stuff, but I don't know what your schedule is. But Friday, I got a chest day. Do we want to hit the gym early?
Thursday is legs, Friday is chest.
Are we hitting chest together?
That would be, for me, bench, dips, shoulder press, easy bar extension, lateral raises, single arm push downs.
Okay.
If I don't change anything.
Word. I got like my bodybuilder chest day, which is incline dumbbell press, incline Smith machine press, unless I find something.
I haven't
cool at
done
Omega.
that in so long.
Dude, it's so nice.
I will. You go.
Peter started doing it, and he's like, "Yo, that's game changer." I'm like, "Yeah,
It is game changer." I will 100% take out some shoulder movements, and I'll just do them because my second chest day is delt focus. My hand's flying away.
So we're in chest together on Thursday morning. So I gotta be
Thursday? No. Okay.
Friday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I gotta be back in Montreal by like noonish.
In Montreal.
In Montreal.
Damn.
Yeah. So I'd have to leave by 10.
Okay.
Maybe like I'm sure I could be like a bit later than noon. Because Rachel is having like a little get together with some of her classmates as like an end of the year thing.
Right.
So yeah, she wants me there because I'm friends with one of her classmates, and Rachel just likes that. Pardon?
She wants to show you off.
That too. Speaking of showing off,
look at how pretty this man is.
Speaking of showing off, so today at the spa, yeah, I'm gonna ask permission to brag a bit.
I'm gonna guess that Max took off his shirt and people stared at him and he felt good.
Well, you're going from hot tub to steam room to cold tub, so the shirt's just off. Rachel and I were the most jacked people there.
Hey.
And it felt real good. I'm like, on the way home, I'm like, that must be what like pro bodybuilders feel like all the time.
That sounds like the best feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Also,
similar to training with Damien, where I'm like, this is a city gym. There's like 2 old guys, his friend who's in his 20s, and then everyone else is like teenagers. And they're staring at us the whole time.
yeah.
And then they go to Omega, and I'm like, cool, you just benched 500 for a double, and you're pinning in the change room, and I can't even count how many plates are on your deadlift bar. Like,
that's like that happened yesterday too, because Rachel and I, so we pull up to Monster and notice that all the lights are out, and there was a power outage in that sector.
oh,
So like basically all down the road in which that like the area in which Monster Gym is,
right.
There's just a loss of power because of the winds. So we went to Dorval Gym, and I'm the only one who reps the hundreds on incline dumbbell press because half of them are teenagers and the other half are old people who don't do that. And anybody who is strong enough to like use the hundreds left the gym because of stupid hours and whatnot.
Right.
But yeah, felt good to be strong. Like, this is what it feels like to be big.
Yes.
And I go to Monster. I'm like, hi everybody. Same thing. Same situation as Omega.
Dude, I'm like slightly stronger than the female powerlifters there. Slightly. Like that much more. It's horrifying. And they're all my age. They all went to SLC with us. And I'm like, what?
And gotta up your intensity.
Yeah, apparently.
You gotta get that much closer to failure.
I've been doing a lot better. It's usually the last exercise, my last set, I always go to failure.
You should do the last set on everything.
Maybe.
Or like what I do is I'll do an RPE of, because let's assume when you're taking something to failure, it's RPE 10.
Right.
Right? You can't do another rep. Like if you're doing curls, it's like the bar just doesn't move. You cannot like bend your arms. With squat, you get into the hole and then you get stuck. Like you're stuck. You're like pinned there for 3 solid seconds. So the way to gauge that, like I at least, for depending on like the risk factor of the exercise, like perhaps what I do is I stay between 8.5 and 9 RPE.
Right.
So if it's a squat, there's a lot more risk for injury. So I'll keep it at an 8.5 because I don't want to mess my shit up. If it's a hack squat or leg press, I'll take it maybe 8.5 to 9 and just like shake after it. Like the last 2 sets.
I dig it.
Yeah.
100%.
Because it's like I've been trying more so lately to follow the Dorian Yates style of just like doing less, but putting so much into those sets that like there's nothing else you can do. Type of thing.
No, I like it. And I like, so my thing is because you're doing a bodybuilder split.
Yeah.
So
technically
you're hitting just that one thing one time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Whereas for me, I have the same volume. It's just throughout multiple days. So sometimes I'm like, I don't want to go super ham because I'm gonna have to hit that later, like very soon later, like 3 days later.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
I do see. So what if you lower the volume and up the intensity?
Well, that's my thought. Most things are only sets of 3.
Sets of 3? Like 3 reps?
No, like 3 sets, excuse me.
Okay. So what if you dialed it back to 2 sets and just go like all out on those 2 sets?
That's horrifying, and I might incorporate that onto you.
It's
I fucking do that. You know what I do that on? I do that on single leg glute bridges. For sets of 15,
that
I
sounds
can do 2 sets and that's it. I'll do
terrible.
that right after that for Nordic ham curls, and I can do that for 2 sets and that's it.
I gotta bring those back in. I gotta figure out what I'm doing for legs today. 'Cause my knee feels all wonky, so I'm not even sure what to do.
Dual flip.
I can. Not right now or in here. I'll break the floor.
Speaking of doing a flip, I was at Omega and friggin' my friend's sister's there because she got vaccinated finally because she was just lazy and didn't do it. And yeah, she's not a crazy person. She's kind of weird, but like she's not a crazy person. And immediately just like booked it and gave her a hug. She was doing like laying hamstring curls, so I was like eye contact the whole time, and I just kind of laid on her back. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
Eye contact.
Other than that, I got gifts.
I'm gonna get you a gift.
I got gifts today.
You got gifts from who?
So I missed out on a few because I showed up late to work. Late. I don't work on Fridays. I usually exercise at an early class. I went to a later class, and people were butthurt I wasn't there, so they took all the gifts home, or they ate the food that they made for me.
Aww.
And I'm like, I was just taking a day for myself, please. So I got 3 gifts today.
Nice.
Number 1, we had someone bring in a box of healthy snacks. So it's for everyone. It wasn't specifically for me. And I got like, what did I eat? I ate some tiny little rice cakes, but they're covered in a little bit of chocolate and cinnamon. It tastes like if you turn the cinnamon bun into cereal.
Oh.
It's like 21 of them. They're like that big, and it's about 90 calories for the bag. I just mucked those, had a little bit of popcorn. This one lady for Hanukkah brought me in 7 pairs of food-themed socks. So these are some donuts that fell out.
That's amazing.
We got pizza, we got French fries, we got fried chicken. I think there's spaghetti in here at some point. Like there's this one's sushi.
Nice.
Or as Chris Bumstead would say, fruity. And we got everything.
Excellent.
And then there's this one lady. In the year of 2021, she has taken 3 rest days. This lady is consistent. She's real consistent, and we're not sure how she's not dying. And she thinks she has a stress fracture in her femur, which means that she's dying. And she got a thing, $120. CBD like oil.
Oh snap!
Which is used for muscle pain primarily.
Is that like a rub?
Yeah. So she said it didn't work for her, which would make sense if she has a stress fracture in her femur. So she's like, "Do you want it? I'll just give it to you." Like, cool. So it's a little thingy.
Oh, it's like a roller. You just sort of roll that onto your muscles and stuff.
You're supposed to use it a thin layer, no more than 4 times daily. And it's made specifically for neck, back, and shoulders. So Joshua wants to use this for a little bit on his upper back and his traps.
Mm.
Because if you recall, I was hit by a car and I've been thrown into 2 door frames that resulted in concussions. So I constantly have neck pain and upper back pain. So I'm gonna try. It smells. It smells kind of like
Speaking
weed.
of,
So I'm gonna use this for the next week or so, and I'm gonna let you know about how it feels.
nice. It's funny that you bring up your concussions to do with door frames because I messaged Lacey the other day. Just wanted to see how she was doing. I got no response yet. Hope she's doing all right. Her and little Max.
She's always a very busy woman, so.
Pardon?
She's always a very busy woman.
This is true.
That's very true.
Girl boss, a la Max. She started a clothing company, I think.
Great.
Yeah.
I have not talked to her.
I know it's been a minute since I've spoken to her, and I'm trying to get in touch with her again because we're friends, and I don't want to let that like fizzle out.
I let it fizzle out. I feel bad, but
like, I feel like it's the type of friendship that you can like spend time apart, and then once you come together, it's like nothing ever changed.
that's fair. I do feel bad, but also like if I don't directly communicate with someone daily, I'm just like
that's kind of how I am too. Apparently, it's an ADD thing. It's
adds up.
object permanence or something like that.
I want to get tested, honestly.
Rachel
So I'm
also
finding
wants to get
like
tested.
more and more little things here and there where I'm like, why am I doing this?
Honestly, there have been moments where I'm like, does Josh have ADD? Because he does things that I do.
But fucking Sam asked me the other day. He made some comment about it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, like you treated your ADHD." I'm like, I don't have ADHD. He's like, "Wait, really? You don't?" I'm like, "Oh, I think so." I don't know.
I mean, I do. My
I
parents
work with my boss too, and I'm like, she got real gnarly ADHD. Her big thing though is if she's not looking at you, you do not exist.
Yep.
But I'm too aware of my surroundings.
That's
So
another
it's
thing,
like,
though.
oh yeah. Hyperactivity? Is that the word?
Yes.
We'll see. What's going
I had
on?
all of the hyperactivity.
Stop! Chill out, Max.
Oh. But no, ADHD is wild, man, because it presents itself so differently in so many people. Like for me, from ages I think 10 to 14, I was on Concerta, which is not a fun time. Takes away your appetite. Couldn't sleep. Like I was up at like until like for like a 10-year-old to be up until like 11:30 at night because he can't sleep. It's like just
Give
sort of
him more
laying there
meth.
waiting. What?
Give him more meth.
Yeah. But it was interesting. I tried it again. Like when I was 14, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to try to figure out other ways. And then I took it again for exams. I was like, I don't like this feeling because I'd feel hungry but with no appetite.
I don't like that.
It was.
I
really
have that.
hard. It was.
I
really
have that
weird.
whenever I don't eat. If I'm hungry, then don't eat within like an hour of that. And it's like everything tastes disgusting.
Yeah. And now I just sort of like semi-taught myself like coping mechanisms to sort of like find tricks to get me to either focus or organize myself so intently that like there's no way I can.
ADHD tips and tricks with Maximilian.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Please.
Half of my TikTok feed is ADHD stuff or neurodivergent things.
Adds up.
There was a while that I thought I was probably autistic. But then like a lot of people were like there was a lot of things that like I was like, maybe I'm this. but then it's like, no, that's just something that has in common with ADHD. I'm like, okay.
That's fair.
It's like I can pick up on social cues very well, and I can still like maintain eye contact for the most part, which I used to have trouble with, but now I've gotten a lot better at it, and I think that's from like trauma of some kind.
I think I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
I am not gonna. No, now I'm just like, yeah, I'll just listen to you. I'm just gonna do my thing. I'll listen. You know what I mean? Even doing this, like I'm looking and playing with stuff on my desk the whole time.
That's also could be like a thing, because like I fidget as well. Do you remember in first year I had that ring that I just like flick on the table?
I do.
You do. And everyone's I would annoy the shit out of everyone in class. I remember Jesse Rogers would give me a look. Just like,
it happens. Well, I dated someone one time and they had an anxiety ring.
ooh,
And they gave it to me. And I just played with it. And it wasn't even, you're gonna have the exact same one.
So Rachel got me one of these.
Oh.
It's really cool. So you can put it on and you can like click it in and out. So it's two pieces. And now it's stuck. So anyways,
this was like
this bit spins and like you could read it and it says, "You got this."
You got this.
Yeah, which is something that I say all the time.
I had a wristband that I played. I threw it out because it got like super gross and stuff. But on the inside, it would say "You are enough." Just like I know, it was awesome. But no, it was like a ring, and then the inside spun around like this, so you could just like sit like that.
Yeah,
and just play with it.
I had the same thing. It was the outside. It was just like I do this. And I still instinctively do this. Like just flick my middle finger like that.
That's why I love when I work, because I have my phone and then I'll wrap a stopwatch around because I'm like controlling music and timing things. I just play with the stopwatch the whole time. And it wasn't until we had shut down during lockdown and we were doing online stuff that also, I don't know if it's like psychosomatic, but my neck feels amazing right now.
That's good.
Like what?
Excellent.
This is weird. This is awesome. No, like I just got so restless to the point where my boss came in one day. He was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm just spinning this stopwatch around in a circle the whole time, standing in one spot." I'm like, "I need something to do." Getting back to what we're talking about.
What were we talking about?
ADHD. No, mental disorders are weird.
They're heavy duty, man.
It's snowing. No, it's like super white outside. And it's snowing. A little bit.
Not snowing here. It's just really cloudy. It's getting dark.
I had a conversation with my friend about panic attacks.
Yeah.
Because I had a really horrifying one during lockdown 2. Version 2, I think. Because they were like, yeah, we're just gonna open everything up. No restrictions. It's just like whatever. And I was like, oh, I don't like that. This horrifying experience. I also had 2 like days apart as well. It's horrifying. I don't like it. It scared me because my brother is schizoaffective. Is that what you're supposed to say nowadays?
I have no idea. I'm pretty sure you could just say schizophrenic.
He's a paranoid schizophrenic.
Okay.
And we've had this conversation before.
We have.
With like symptoms, if you get past 30, then you're kind of set. And it was weird hearing like anxious thoughts. And it was like I couldn't keep up with my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And then my thoughts became my own voice that I was hearing around me. And I'm like, am I having a schizophrenic break? Like, what's happening? And I think that freaked me out more. So if I knew it was just a panic attack, I'd be like, it's whatever. It's going to pass, I guess. But I'm like, is this my life now? I don't like this.
Yeah. Nah. No, it's very scary. My cousin, who will remain nameless, suffered a psychotic break, and I was kind of in the middle of what happened there, and he's all good now. We chat, and he's doing well, and it's awesome. So there's that. But at the time, it was very scary because I didn't know what was going on. I was very young at the time. But yeah.
I guess true. I was also young. I remember my brother was like 12
Oh,
when he had
shit.
Yeah, and I would have been 7.
Okay.
Right. He also started like drinking when he was, like 12 or 13.
Eesh.
Like, yeah, it's not ideal. His thing is he would very nice man, but he would hear people tell him to hurt other people, which is like odd. I feel like auditory hallucinations are scarier to me than visual hallucinations because I wouldn't trust anyone. I wouldn't trust anyone to talk to me.
On that same note, I feel like along that same theme, like I feel like visual hallucinations are also terrifying because then you couldn't trust what your eyes are telling you either.
This is true.
I could not fathom going through life in that way because it's just scary.
It's really horrifying. That's why like his goal is to live in Northern Ontario by himself and his dog, maybe with another dog. Who knows? We'll get ballsy. And he's a butcher, so he can just go wherever. And I'm like, yeah, dude, 100%. Go live by yourself with guns and knives and dogs and do your thing. Cardigains, we talk about fitness.
All right, that took like a dive. Let's bring the mood back up.
It was on my mind. I apologize.
Yeah, man, no, it's all good. It's important to talk about mental health in this way. Well, like it's important to normalize it to the point where it's like, okay, this is a thing that happens. It's very serious, but it's something that happens, and we should take it serious. Like that, This
is true. Opposed to being like, you just have to man up and go through it.
Yeah, or even just like, it's very serious. We don't want to talk about it though.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Speaking of manning up and going through it, because someone told me to do that twice today. Had a conversation with someone about so I took Thursday off.
Right.
Friday, a little bit of some Orange Theory, some arms. Saturday, I maxed out on squats. Everything's deload. Sunday, Monday, today is Tuesday, also rest. My body just aches.
Yeah, man.
Like, if I was on deload, it would just be a little bit of muscle soreness, and that was it. But not doing anything is worse. My body just aches, and just my joints are creaky, and I just don't feel correct.
Maybe you should dial back like from 6 days to less.
No, because I like it. But no, I had this conversation with someone today where she experienced the same thing, where she took 4 days off. She was walking everywhere with her friends, and then going back to it, she just noticed that on her days off, she just felt off, and working out, like, she just feels not good. And I just thought that was an interesting topic if Max wanted to talk about it.
That is interesting. I do get, man, it's been a while since I've taken like a full week off because like I just
could have been prep.
Yeah, I've been in prep, and
Okay.
now yeah, like basically all summer I've been like training all out, and then for the last little while I've been training all out still because I'm taking advantage of that rebound, and then yeah, I haven't taken like a off week. Like I'll deload, but I won't like stop. I don't know. So, but I also went from training like 4 days a week to 5 days. Excuse me, to 5 days a week, and like my training volume is a lot less than most people's because I don't need
This
to
is
train.
true. Because you've been
I
going for intensity.
yeah, I just go heavy as heck and destroy my body.
I mean, it's not the worst way to do it.
No, because like I'll go to like mechanical failure. Like if this form starts to go, then that's when we rack it.
Right.
And yeah, I don't know. Ooh, I had a subject I wanted to talk to you about, and I put it in that little question box that you posted on your Insta. It's the
I have a few
difference.
questions on there.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do mine first because I'm already here.
Selfish.
Yep. I'm allowed. I'm a bodybuilder. It's a part of the game. What's the difference between exercise, working out, training?
Are you asking me or are you bringing this
Well,
up?
like I'm just bringing this up as the
I
prompt.
apologize. I was reading because
All good.
after taking this, I feel very, very tired
Oh,
and just like relaxed. And I'm like, am I getting stoned? I don't think so.
that CBD.
I also don't. I don't know. It's weird. I also typically have like crepitus in my neck at all times,
Hmm.
and I don't really now like as much. I don't know. I have it in front of me, which makes it easy to look. Difference between exercise, working out, and training. Exercise is literally anything where you move your body.
Yeah.
Gardening is exercise. I have so many people who come to my gym and I'm like, okay, well, what have you been doing? You know, it's their first time. I'm like, what have you been doing for fitness for the last 30 to 60 days? And they're like, oh, nothing. I've just been walking. I'm like, okay, well, how much? They're like, oh, like, you know, I'll walk like an hour a day or something. Like, that's so much. Do you understand how many people don't do that?
No, not many people do that.
Dude,
One of the
there was
like the silver linings of the C word. We can't say the full like the C word, but because we'll be demonetized if we ever get monetized.
cut.
But during the lockdown, the silver lining was that everybody was out walking. Like it was
I've never seen more people outside of my life
dude,
than during
awesome.
lockdown.
Like it sucked because I have to deal with people on the walks with Enzo, but like and I didn't want to socialize with anybody.
There was another coworker, clients, I don't know. There was someone at my work who talked about how her husband would get paid. It was like $500 or something a month if he reached a certain step limit. In a month, it was like 8,000 steps. In a month, I'm like, I get 4 times that amount in a day.
How can I sign up for this?
I'm like, yeah, right? And there were people who wouldn't do it.
What?
I'm like, what?
Do you just not move?
They're American.
But do you just not move?
I couldn't understand it. But no, exercise is literally anything that you're moving your body. And a lot of people don't realize that. They think exercise is just, you know, going on marathon runs.
And that brings us to working out, which would be, I guess, like
Exercise with a purpose.
Yeah. So like wanting to lose weight or like, or no, not even that. Not even that. It's
just
like
doing
with a
it.
purpose, but with like parameters, I guess. So like you have a set time of the day to get this physical activity done.
You are changing your clothing with the goal of completing physical activity.
Yeah.
See, I liked when I said with a purpose because there's exercise.
Yeah.
Working out is exercise with a purpose.
Yeah.
And then training is working out with a purpose.
Yeah.
And that would be like
with a more
body
specific and like designated purpose. Because like I train. Like I train, you train to build muscle so that we can get on stage. Rachel trains. Look at those peaks. Peak check.
Rachel Someone's right around the corner. You know what that means? Low carbs.
Gotta keep it lean, keep it tight. Now that you know what?
I'll find that video.
I love that. I have it saved somewhere.
I also have it saved somewhere.
Excellent. But yeah, Rachel trains to get strong as hell. Like, it started off, I'm going to use Rachel as an example because it's a good one. She started off just working out because she'd go on runs, she'd do her little thing at home. And then as soon as we're back in the gym, it was like she got strong fast.
She got real friggin' strong.
She got real friggin' strong, real friggin' fast. And
she got good strong person genetics.
Yeah. And so like from the working out stage, she's like, I want to just get as strong as I possibly can. So it dipped into the training like stage, and like so she wants to train. She wants to eventually, like, we keep feeding her the idea to do a powerlifting meet because she totally could and she'd kill it.
Like I said, there's talks of one.
When's it supposed to be?
The rumor I heard was March.
Ooh, maybe I'll do that.
Honestly.
If I do it, will you do it?
Honestly. Kinda was I was saying to Mike, I was like, I would look like such a turd there. But honestly, maybe. He was talking about the energy, and he was how his first meet, he had like a 50-pound PR on something.
So I volunteered at the Kingston one in 2019. I had an athlete competing at that one, who I won't name because we don't talk anymore.
Jackson.
It's not Jackson. I love Jackson.
Let's say it was Jackson.
But anyways, we're there, and our MC Jordy from Bacon and Barbells was just like hyping up the crowd. It was just the most solid vibe, and just like everyone cheering, and just like those guttural like, come on, there's like all of that energy that comes with like people PRing times 100. And so it's just like, where has this been all my life? This is the best energy ever. And it's like we need, yeah, man.
See, and then my boss, her husband, went to a powerlifting meet a couple months ago, and he was like the odd man out.
How so? Where
she's like, people are screaming, whatever, but like he's readying up for a lift, and she like hits him in the back, and he turns and she like, fuck it, like smashes him on the head a few times, and everyone's like scared of her, and she's like, "What are you guys, fucking pussies?" like
right.
It was so weird. Watching his videos though, I'm like, it was so cool.
That's awesome.
No, I totally like that. And that's why I like training with Damien.
Yeah.
Where if it was a full thing, like I would have laid out like some rules or whatever, like it was a full-time gig, but like get mentally preparing for squats. He's like, yeah, you got this. I'm like, okay, maybe we'll hold off a second. Just let me do my thing. But when I'm actually under, he's like, yeah, go. He's like, go. You got it. It wasn't like yelling, screaming, hyping. It's the same thing that you and I do, where it's like every like 5-10 seconds, it's like reassurance of just like, you obviously have this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's no doubt.
That's kind of why I like training with you. Well, that's one of the reasons why I like training with you, because we bring the energy, but we treat it like for me at least, the energy is like water in a cup. And if it's at the brim, it's good. Or if it's a little less, it's also good. But you like if it's too little, it's like you can't drink. If it's too much, it spills over. So like, and like, do you remember when I freaking forward failed at the shack that one time?
Oh, that's
Like
I don't think I was looking, but I know there's a video of that.
You were filming it.
I thought Kendra was filming it.
No, it was you. Because you're I have the video and you're like doing like a play-by-play. It's like, for those listening at home, this is
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, I know
so
exactly. That's such a great fail too, because you drop and the bar hits the safeties, and then you do a front flip, like, or like a somersault.
They come out, I'm like,
and I'm so horrified. Okay. But I'm like, oh, he's fine, whatever. And everyone's like, oh.
I definitely could have hurt myself. Luckily I didn't. But anyways, for that situation, I was bringing too much energy.
No, you have to have the middle ground.
Yeah, because like, and even fucking, so I was watching West Side versus the World, and the Chuck Vogelpolt, he's like a legend in powerlifting, for those who don't know. He had one of his buddies would like he'd get too hyped up and he'd miss lifts. So they'd have to so one of his buddies would have to almost calm him down, or just get him to focus, so that he wouldn't overstimulate and fire himself up too much and then miss the lift. Yeah.
Well, I think because a lot of people like the idea of being loud and lifting heavy shit.
Mm-hmm.
I was loud, 100%. And I came up, I set up, and this might be my tactic going forwards with lifts. I haven't it felt like I was lifting 185. I set up under the bar for my 285, and I was he's like, yeah, let's go. And I'm like, I got this, and went back into it. On the way up, I yelled because it made me feel like a big man. But just that one comment, I also, because we didn't have music, I was thinking in my mind what can hype me up, and I was thinking of Vegeta yelling, because I was for it, dude. I love Vegeta way more than Goku, because he's not the best, but he wants to be the best, and he trains so much harder.
He goes ham.
So much harder. And what is it? It's when he's yelling. I haven't gotten there yet, but when he's yelling at Goku to become Super Saiyan God, he's like, "Come on, Kakarot!" He's like, "Do it!" And Damien yelled that, and I was like, yes. He what? Literally 5 seconds after I heard it in my head, he screamed it, and I'm like, I'm in it. I'm in the zone.
Did he call you Kakarot?
He did. He 100% did. And I was
amazing.
Oh,
I
feel so good.
I love that.
I'm so excited.
That's amazing.
All right, we got
some top tier nerd shit.
Yeah.
I love it.
15 minutes on the timer.
Okay.
We want to keep going?
Oh, we could do what we do. I still have to go hit legs at some point, and then.
You do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. After this, I think I'm gonna go eat Five Guys.
That's a play. I'm gonna make some rice.
Oh, it's also a play. Because it's not, I feel like it will be good. It'll be very good to go eat it or something else. Because now I'm thinking of other tasty things I could eat.
Mm-hmm.
But having it on a rest day or some day where it's like, I like having it on Fridays because it's like I can chill, eat this tasty food, whatever. But then subconsciously it's like, oh, I burned this many calories working out. So you know, it's not a reward, but I don't know. I feel like eating it today would be a good way to even break whatever percentage of that mindset I still have.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
No, I like that. It's also like I feel like I've had a fairly healthy perception of food and a healthy relationship with food, but I
Correct.
still pardon?
Correct.
Correct. My issue is just eating enough, and like it is what it is. But where was I going with it? My mentality when I'll eat something less healthy, like traditionally less healthy, like a burger or pizza or whatever, it's like, okay, like you had said before, getting a pizza pump or something. It's like, okay, this is gonna make for the most amazing pump. I'm gonna utilize this as fuel, and it's gonna be freaking awesome. And I'm not gonna be upset about it because, like, I might feel physically a little gross because some foods just make me feel gross, and that's why if I'm to avoid a food, then it's due to that reason and not because like it's unhealthy.
I agree with that. And so the way that I look at it now is I eat that food because it's like I need a lot of calories and this will fit my calories. Today, even though I eat big meals, I haven't eaten since we filmed 4.5 hours or so.
Oh snap.
So I'm like, this will fit my calories. Honestly, kind of fits my macros too. My fats might be like 10 grams higher, but that's fine.
That's okay.
So it's also the end of the day for me. Like,
yeah, she go
I'm
early.
I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna eat that. Do a few more chores. Maybe have like a little bit of protein. Find something to eat, and then I'm going to sleep.
Nice.
Like I'm only gonna be awake for another 3 hours.
Whoa.
Yeah, you good.
Sorry, I'm fading.
It's good. I have more questions, by the way.
Hit us with the questions.
Do you want the question from this lovely lady that I knew in high school, or a question from how does this work? Or a question from that man right there?
Nice. Is that Jim?
That is me.
That's you.
And that's my dad, and that's his dad. And there's my fucking brother.
Hey.
Who we look very similar, by the way, when I have facial hair.
Yeah, I see the resemblance.
A little bit more. We'll start with my dad because it's not a question. Oh, it's a piece of shit. Oh, nice. My dad asked me. You're laughing already. Hold up.
You go.
What's up?
What did your dad ask me? Ask us.
Why am I fat? Because you don't eat vegetables, man. I don't understand. Like, that's my favorite story. We went to Score Pizza, which if you...
Was it there for this?
Ottawa? No, it's in Ottawa,
okay.
Toronto, and Kingston.
And there's
so 2 other locations. I think one's in like St. Catharines, and there's another one.
Oh, now that's far.
So we rolled up. If you've never been there, it's kind of like Subway for pizza. It's like,
but better.
Yeah, the only place.
But like top tier quality.
When I had pizza with Damien, we had Pizza Hut, That's my first time buying pizza that wasn't from Score in years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. That's all I go to.
Oh, that's not true. You had pizza with me at my show.
We did
Yeah.
have pizza. This is correct.
Mhm.
I'm a liar. I apologize.
So that's what I'm here for.
We roll
Calling you
up.
out.
You get the dough. They're like, "Oh, what do you want for sauce?" He's like, "I'll take this and this." He's like, "Cool. What kind of cheese do you want?" He's like, "I want this, this, this." Like, what kind of meats? I'm like, "I'll take all of them." He's like, "All right, cool. Last but not least, what kind of vegetables do you want?" My dad sizes this guy up. He goes, "Son, does it look like I eat vegetables?" The guy was like, he was like dead face, like so. He's like, "Look at me. Do I eat vegetables?" Like the guy had no idea what to say.
Man, your dad kills me.
He fucking kills me too.
He also terrifies me. Every time I've seen him, I never know if I'm gonna get punched or or not. Like it's always a mystery.
It's very accurate. Dude, that's the life, man. That's how it goes. It kills me though. But to answer his question, he's not very consistent with his food intake. And he's being a butcher. He gets the like day-old meat that is good for another few days. But no, this man eats so much steak and pork, and like I've never seen someone destroy a bucket of fried chicken like this man. This man will eat like a 12-piece bucket himself, gravy and all. He also don't exercise, gym. Lost a lot of weight, to be honest. He has lost a lot of weight over the years. Same with my brother. My brother, he used to be like a 38 waist, a 40 waist. He's now at about a 34.
That's impressive.
No.
That's awesome.
He's about. Have you seen my brother? Have you ever seen him?
Well, we've met each other before.
He's a larger guy, right?
Yeah.
He weighs the same amount as you do now.
Oh wow.
He weighs 180 pounds. I think when you met him, he was like 240.
Possibly.
He weighs 180 now.
Right on. That's really impressive. That's dope.
So Jim, I don't know if you listen. If you want to be like your son, your favorite son, obviously, because he sees him, once, calls him once a week. Just doesn't call me. It's fine. It's whatever. It's fine. I called him once, and he picked up. He went, "Yeah, what?" My wife's like, "What do you want? You never call me. What's wrong? What's wrong? What do you need?" Joey told me Joey. He was like, "Joey, what's going on?" I'm like, "I'm just saying hi." Like, "Oh, what's new with you?" I'm like, "Not much." He's like, "Oh, there's a game on. I'll call you back." Like, okay, cool. Good talk. He'll call me once every 2 weeks, and you can tell he has nothing to say because we'll chat maybe 3 minutes in, and he'll go, "So what else is new?" I'm like, "Oh, not much. Just still working. Got a car. Fixed it up. What about you?" He's like, "I'm just here, talking to my boy. My dog's on the couch. He lives with a guy named Gary." He's like, "Gary Doyle." He's like, "Doyle's sleeping. Tina, she's doing amazing." So yeah, what else is new? And I'm like, okay. By the fourth, what else is new? I'm like, so we'll wrap it up. But to answer the question, if you don't lose weight like my brother, he stopped going out all the time, makes his own food, and it's kind of it. Just make your own food at home. That's pretty much it, honestly. Like you would be surprised just how high calorie foods are. Some of them are unhealthy, some are not. Primarily what he eats is unhealthy. But even if I go to let's say Fat Bastard,
2 seconds.
The yellow. I'm gonna talk to myself. Like even if you go to Fat Bastard and get a burrito, like that is very high in calories.
Yeah. That's why I have burritos.
Oh, they're so good.
So,
Oh my god, they're so good. My view on caloric intake is skewed now. For instance, my oatmeal, as I mentioned, is about 700 calories. One of my lowest calorie meals, that was always my go-to to get like a third of my calories or a fourth of my calories. That was my highest calorie meal. And I'm like,
are you sending me that recipe?
That's nothing. When I ate breakfast with Damien, they had little like muffins they made, which him, his mother, and his father all told me separately how much protein was in them. And I'm like, this is a good family. I like this family. And
nice.
No, I couldn't finish it, my little muffin. And he's like, you got it, man. Like, if I can do it, you can do it. Because when we were eating pizza, we were 6 slices in, and his mother asked if we wanted more, and I was like, Damien, are we eating or are we competing right now? Because I think it's a bit of both. He's like, I think it's a bit of both too. He's like, you got to eat it, and I'm like, my oatmeal's 700 calories. He's like, well, how much is mine? And it's the little packets, like the Quaker packets. He's like, mine is, I had 2, so 160 times 2. So it's a lot less than what you ate. Like, yeah. But no, speaking of caloric intake, this lady asked me tips to increase my caloric intake without it being a huge effort.
Calorie dense foods.
Honestly, this is correct. It depends on what you mean by what a huge effort is.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, because to a certain extent, there will be some kind of effort when you're making this like a significant change. My trick was Oreos, but that works for me. It's also something that I know like my body reacts well to. Because like I'd have worked on Oreos at like in my snack pocket, like as like an intra workout snack. Like I'd be in the middle of the gym, like munching Oreos during my like peak bulk season, just like
get it.
This is what we're up to.
For me, it's just I find I now no longer have an appetite in the morning, which is very interesting. But that shake, like I'll sip it periodically, but at a certain point, I'm like, I need to down this right now. It's 1,100 calories. I'm gonna load up the macros right now. Realistically, I can finish that in no time at all.
What's it? This is a shake?
This is a shake. In this shake, it is, I adjusted actually, it's less now, it's 871 calories. But in this shake, it is a cup of oat milk, a cup of oats, a cup of blueberries, a scoop of protein, a nanner, and some peanut butter. It comes out very pretty.
Yeah.
After about 10 minutes, it turns gray, which is not the most appealing looking color. But no, right there, that's 150 grams of carbs.
That's awesome.
Like, I might start making it with 2 bananas. Yeah. I did that yesterday by accident, and it tasted like it tasted like ice cream.
Oh, that's awesome.
Holy shit.
You gotta send me this recipe.
I just made it myself. I was like, let's just make this. See what it tastes. Tastes amazing. I like it.
Send me the recipe.
Calorie dense foods. Pasta. I hate pasta.
I don't.
I added cheese. I added cheese to it, and I like it a lot more now.
Yeah.
If we're gonna be honest.
Fair enough, man.
I need to adjust it with how much I'm eating now, but that's about 1,100 calories. Also about 150 grams of protein or carbs. Protein. That's the timer. It's just little changes as well. Like with my normal meals, I've just increased my rice. Like now I'll have 100 grams uncooked rice with meals. Which I weighed it out yesterday. Because like now I'm starting in the habit of I'll cook it, I'll have it raw, weigh it, cook it, measure it out again. So it's like specific.
Nice.
Dude, that was like 280 grams cooked.
Solid.
Exactly, actually, is what it was. It was, I know. Which, because you have your rice cooked. That's how you weigh it.
That's how I weigh it. And
It's
realistically,
good amount.
for those listening at home, it doesn't matter which one you do as long as you're consistent with it and whatever you're doing is helping you to reach your goals.
It's consistent and it works for you.
Yes. Because if I were
Overall,
go on. Because if I were to measure
you-
my rice, God damn it, Josh. If I were to measure my
You
rice
speak.
uncooked and then cooked, like alternating, it wouldn't work because on some days I wouldn't know how much I'm having because both are different. But if I'm weighing it uncooked consistently throughout the prep or whatever I'm doing and it's not working, okay. Increase or decrease depending on what the goal is. If I'm doing same situation cooked.
This is true.
Yep. That's some knowledge from Ben Chow. Go on. I feel like I interrupted you.
That is Cardigains. I am hungry and exhausted. And that is, yeah.
That's it for today.
I keep getting headaches. And I think I know why I have headaches.
Mm.
Yeah, and I don't like having headaches.
Okay.
That'll be my New Year's resolution, to stop having headaches.
Sounds like a plan. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, that has been Cardigains. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you made it all this way. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you very much to Damien, who watches
and
consistently, puts it in the background.
Yeah.
Thank you to Carrie. She watches.
Carrie Oberman.
It's Carrie Oberman. Thank you to all of Carrie Oberman's coworkers who commented on how annoying my car troubles were. Apparently, everyone at work knows about that now. Shout out to Jamie. He's listening. Watched first few. Talked about it.
Nice.
Who else watches? Sarah.
Rachel.
She still watches. Rachel.
Excellent.
Max. I'm gonna be honest. When you post them, I listen. I'll listen for like half an hour.
I try my best. Feels weird to
Honestly,
hear myself. Yeah. I'm like, people are gonna hate it. Anyways,
I think
like,
I've been just a bit more than you because I hear myself on a microphone every day.
Okay.
Right, but no, I feel I need to slow down a little bit. You can understand what I say, but after a certain point, words start slurring together and it becomes an issue.
Nah. All right. I'm gonna let you go. I gotta go eat something and I gotta hit legs. I gotta see if I can make it through the night.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm gonna try my best. All right. Peace out.